students. Today I am going to start another chapter in OC, chapter number 7. Chapter number 7, controlling. This chapter I have started just because this chapter has a slight relation with previous chapter, chapter planning. That's why I have started this chapter, controlling. Now generally controlling word, from controlling word we realize that it is an attack on our freedom, attack on our freedom in daily freedom. In our daily life we can see that parents are controlling their children. Controlling their children does not mean that it attacks on their freedom. Controlling means parents wants to bring discipline in their life. Parents wants to bring discipline in their life through controlling process. For example, parents are controlling their children, or they are putting restrictions on use of mobile phone. It means they want to bring discipline in your life so that you can achieve some objective. Means they want to make your future bright. So controlling is the process which puts restrictions on your unnecessary movement. It puts restrictions on your bad habit, so that parents are able to bring discipline in your life, and in this way after a long time you can make your future bright. So we can say that controlling is not a negative activity. Controlling is not a negative activity. It brings positivity in your life. In business also controlling does not have same meaning, but objective remains same. In our daily life it makes our future bright. It brings improvement in our behavior. Why parents are putting controlling or putting restrictions? Like for example, when we are using mobile excessive, they are putting some restrictions, that prohibitions to use mobile. They are putting restrictions or prohibitions on unnecessary movement here and there, so that it brings improvement. It brings improvement in our behavior. And such improvement can make our future bright after a long time. Means controlling maintains a discipline, and through that discipline after a long time we can make our future bright. So in business also controlling has different meaning, but objective target remains same. In business controlling process brings improvement in the efficiency of worker, or as a result objective can be achieved easily. So controlling is not only an attack on your freedom. Controlling does not put restrictions only. Through putting restrictions it brings improvement in your life. Now another example, what is the actual meaning of controlling in business, but I am taking example of your daily life. Then we can understand what is the meaning of controlling in business. Just take an example of a student. One student has made a plan about his study. He has made a plan about his study. What plan he has made? He has decided to complete part 1 of accountancy, in 1 month. And just assume, I'm just giving an example, what is the actual meaning of controlling in business. So through this example we try to understand the meaning of controlling. So one student has made a plan about his study, and according to his plan he has decided to complete part 1 of accounts subject in 1 month. And just assume that total there are 120 question in all these chapters. 120 questions. Total there are 7 chapters. In all the 7 chapters total there are 120 questions. Means in order to complete these 120 question, at least he has to do 4 question in a day. 120 divided by 30 means 4 questions. 4 questions per day he has to complete. Then only he is able to complete part 1 of accountancy. So what is his target? 4 questions per day. 4 questions per day. Now this is the plan, but only by making plan objective cannot be achieved. It is necessary for that student to implement that plan in a better way, in the best possible manner. He must execute the plan. Now after implementation, suppose he has implemented the plan or he starts to follow the timetable which he has made. So after after 1 week, means after 7 days, after 7 days or 1 week, we can say, if he checks how many questions he has completed, so just assume that he has completed 20 questions after 1 week, 20 questions. So at this stage, means after 1 week, if he checks the performance of himself, he finds that he has completed only 20 questions, and according to his plan, he must completed how many questions? 28 questions. 4 questions into 7, so he must have completed 28 questions, but so far he has done only 20 questions. It means he has completed 20 questions. This is his actual performance. And what is the target? 4 questions per day, means for 1 week. For 1 week, his target is 28 questions, because he has evaluated his performance after 1 week. So for 1 week, his target is 28 questions. These 28 questions, we can say that this is standard target for 1 week. Set standard means the target, the goal or aim which he has decided in advance. So he has decided in advance that I have to complete at least 28 questions after 1 week. And after 1 week, when he has evaluated his actual performance, he finds that he has completed only 20 questions. Means he is comparing his actual performance with this standard, means set standard. And what is the result? There is some difference. Difference is called deviation. Now deviation means difference between the, first of all, definition of deviation. Deviation is the difference between the actual performance and set standard. Deviation is the difference between the actual performance and set standard. Here we are comparing our actual performance, means 20 questions we have done, but we have to complete 28 questions, means there is some difference of 8 questions. That 8 questions is deviation. Now deviation may be positive or negative. In our example, deviation is negative. Means either deviation is negative or positive. We needs to bring some changes so that we can equalize, or you can make our actual performance equal to set standard. So right now we have to explain about this example. In this case, our deviation is negative, means our actual performance is lower than set standard. This is called deviation. So by taking corrective action, we can compensate, we can recover, we can make up deficiency about this deviation. So by bringing some changes in our plan, instead of doing 4 questions per day, we should do 5 questions or 6 questions for next week. For further week, second week, we can compensate this loss of 8 questions. Total there is difference of 8 questions. So by taking corrective action, here corrective action means for the next week, corrective action. So for the next week, instead of doing 4 questions per day, we should do 5 questions or 6 questions per day, so that we can compensate this 8 questions in the second week. In this way, through taking corrective action, we can bring improvement, we can make our plan effective. and as a result we can achieve our objective. So controlling process means to see, to check whether our actual activities, actual performance is going according to our set standard, according to our plan or not. If not, means if there is some deviation, then such deviation, such difference will be removed by taking corrective action. Corrective action here means to bring some changes in our existing plan so that we can achieve our target definitely. This is the meaning of controlling in business. So I had explained the meaning of controlling through this example. Now come to chapter number 7. What is the actual definition or technical definition of controlling? Controlling is the controlling is the process of maintaining balance between efforts and results, resources and objectives. This is the first definition. Controlling is the process of maintaining balance between efforts and results, and maintaining balance between resources and objective. Efforts and result and resource and objective both have same meaning. Now efforts and result, how controlling process maintains balance between efforts and result. So I had already explained through an example of a study which you are using, you are making plans in your study also. Through that example I had explained how controlling process maintains balance between your efforts and the result which you want to get. For example, once again I am taking example. If any student has decided to score good marks in board exam, good marks. So here this is your target, this is your objective, that you want to score good marks in board exam. This is your result. We can say this is our result. And what is effort which we are putting right from the beginning, from the initial year, whatever hard work we are doing, whatever efforts we are putting, if such efforts, if such hard work is going in the same direction, then we can achieve the objective, then we can score good marks in board exam. But if our efforts are not going in the same direction, not going in the proper direction, then it may be possible that you cannot score good marks in board exam. So how we can know that our efforts are going in the same direction or not? Through controlling process. How? Again same example. Whenever you are implementing your action, after regular interval you must check, must see whether your efforts, this is the part of efforts. After regular interval you must see whether your efforts are going according to your plan or not. If your efforts, your action, your performance is going according to plan, then it's okay, then there is no doubt that you can score good marks, then you will get, definitely will score good marks. But if your action, if your performance, if your efforts is not going according to plan, it means there is some difference, deviation between your efforts and your plan. Then you must remove those deviation, those difference through controlling process. Once again, controlling process means you must bring some changes in your action, in your actual performance, so that your action becomes equal to your plan and definitely you can achieve your objective. So controlling process maintain balance between efforts and result. This is efforts and result. Similarly, same meaning regarding resources and objectives. Again, same objective is to achieve good marks, and whatever resources we have, study material, guidance of teacher, cooperation of parents, these are our resources. Time is also resource. So how to utilize atmosphere, conducive atmosphere for study, all these are all resources for you. So how to utilize all these resources in order to achieve better result, best result. So resource can be utilized in a proper way. It can be possible only through controlling process, whether teacher are guiding you in a proper way or not, whether teacher parents are cooperating you or not, whether you are able to utilize all the textbook, all the study material in a proper way or not. All these things we can see only through controlling process. And if there is some differences, if there is some deviation, it can be removed by taking some corrective action. This is the meaning of controlling. Similarly, in business also, this is your example. Now in business, every business has resources. Money, manpower, material, methods, marketing, these are all resources. So whatever resources they have, whatever resources business unit has, with the help of those available resources, they want to achieve objective. First of all, I am explaining resource and objective. Every business unit has resources. With those available resources, they want to achieve objective. Now, one example we are taking money. From where money is to be acquired. After acquiring money means finance, we have already studied in 11th standard what is the importance of finance in business. Business finance is needed at every stage of in every activity of business unit. We know, right from the establishment of business till the closure of business, finance is needed. Number of times we have studied in 11th standard. So money, from where it will be acquired? Then after acquiring money or finance, how to utilize those finance, those money, so that objective can be achieved. Objective can be achieved with minimum cost. With minimum cost. So resource can be utilized in the best possible manner in order to achieve objective with minimum cost. It is possible, it becomes possible only when controlling process is exercised. Controlling process is exercised. Controlling process is exercised. Means after regular interval, superiors can check whether finance, whether money is utilized in a proper way or not. If not, if it is not utilizing in a better way, in a proper way, in a right direction, then they will give some suggestion to their subordinate to utilize the money, to utilize the resource in such a manner that objective can be achieved with minimum cost. So controlling process maintain balance between resource and objective. In the same way, controlling process also maintains balance between efforts and result. Now we are taking efforts and result. Efforts and result. Now efforts. Efforts means before putting efforts in business, we have some plan. Business unit has made some plan in order to achieve the result, means objective. So for implementation of plan is called efforts. Our efforts means our action is going according to in the same way as we have decided in plan or not. So it will be checked after regular interval. Means after regular interval, business unit must check whether their efforts, whether the efforts of all workers are going in the same direction as we have decided at the planning stage. If efforts are going in the same direction, means if efforts are going according to plan, then it's okay. Then there is no doubt that we can achieve our objective. But if our efforts, if our action, if our actual performance is not going according to our plan, then we need to remove those deviation, those differences through through corrective action. And taking corrective action and to remove deviation, all this process is called controlling. So after regular interval, it must be checked whether our action is going according to our plan or not. If not, means if there is some deviation, it will be removed by taking corrective action. In this way, through that plan, we can achieve our objective, our result. Means controlling process makes planning effective and successful. This is the controlling process which makes planning effective and successful. That's why the definition of controlling is the process of maintaining balance between efforts and result and resources and objectives. Now another meaning of controlling. Controlling is the process to see whether actual performance is going according to set standard or not. And if there is some deviation, if there is some deviation, it will be removed by taking corrective action. It will be removed by taking corrective action. Controlling is the process to see whether actual performance of workers, actual performance of employees, of all employees, is going according to set standard, means according to plan which we have decided in advance, or not. If there is some deviation, means there is some difference between the actual performance and set standard. In that case, such a deviation will be removed by the business unit. How? By taking corrective action. Now, how corrective action is to be taken, we will discuss later on. But by taking corrective action means bringing some changes in the existing plan. In this way, controlling process makes planning effective and successful. Means, in short, we can say the success of planning completely depends on controlling process. So these are the two definitions or meaning of controlling. Controlling is the process of maintaining balance between efforts and results and resources and objective. Through proper efforts, we can achieve our results. Through or by utilizing all the resources at optimum level, we can achieve our objective. But optimum utilization of resources or proper implementation of efforts becomes possible only through controlling process. Then only we are able to achieve our result or achieve our objective. This is the meaning of controlling. It is the process to see whether actual performance is going according to our plan, our standard, set standard or not. And if there is some difference, if there is some deviation, then it will be removed by taking corrective action. Now, what is the relation between planning and controlling? Second part. Second topic is relation between planning and controlling. Relation between planning and controlling. We know the meaning of planning. Planning means deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and by whom it is to be done. How to do means here we are talking about the activities to be undertaken by the business unit. Means it is an outline. Outline. For the it is an outline means planning. Planning is an outline for the activities for the activities to be undertaken. It is an outline for the activities to be undertaken by business unit. This is called planning. It gives it gives direction. It gives direction how to utilize the resources in the best possible manner. Best possible manner, so that objective can be achieved with minimum. It is an outline for the activities to be undertaken by business unit. It gives a direction how to utilize the resources in the best possible manner so that objective can be achieved with minimum cost. It gives guidelines to do the work in a systematic manner, but this is only a theoretical part, theoretical portion. This is only our thinking. So planning is only a thinking process. We had made a plan, but it becomes successful, it becomes effective, it becomes true only when controlling process is exercised on these planning. Means it is an outline for the activities to be undertaken in a systematic manner to utilize the resources in a best possible manner. It becomes possible only when we check our performance after regular interval. If we are checking our performance after regular interval, whether resources are utilized in the best possible manner or not, whether work is going, means work is done by the workers in a systematic manner or not, if we will check it, then we are able to find out the deviation, the difference, and such difference can be rectified within the specified time period. In this way, we can remove the deviation by taking corrective action and makes planning effective. So, controlling process is very necessary in order to make planning effective and successful. It means planning and controlling are interrelated. Planning and controlling functions are interrelated and interdependent. Interdependent. First point, how planning and controlling functions are interrelated and interdependent, I have told you. Without controlling, without controlling, without controlling business unit, business unit cannot think about the success of planning. The success of planning means, in simple language, without controlling, planning cannot become successful and effective. So, success and effectiveness of planning totally depends on controlling. Now, another angle of explaining relation between planning and controlling. Where there is planning, where there is planning, there is controlling. Where there is planning, there is controlling. Very clear. When once we had made a plan, plan becomes successful, plan becomes effective. For this purpose, we need a controlling process. So if we have plan, then only we can implement controlling process. Where there is planning, then there is controlling. And where there is controlling, where there is controlling, it means planning pre-exist. Planning pre-exist means planning is already there. Where there is controlling means what we are controlling? We are controlling the actual performance. We are checking our actual performance according to our set standard, means plan. So we are controlling what? We are controlling planning. It means where there is controlling, it means planning is already there. There is no meaning of controlling. There is no meaning of controlling without planning. Another relation. There is no meaning of controlling. There is no meaning of controlling without planning. Means controlling is totally useless if business unit does not have any plan. If you do not have any plan regarding your study, then what you will control? So planning is very necessary for the implementation of controlling process. There is no doubt that controlling process makes planning effective and successful, but if we do not have any plan, if we do not have any plan, or if business unit does not have any plan, then there is no meaning of such controlling process, because controlling process controls only planning. So there is no meaning of controlling without planning. In other words, controlling does not exist. Controlling does not exist without planning. Any way you can write or you can understand. With the controlling does not exist. There is no identity of controlling without planning. If business unit do not have planning, it means they are not in a position to control anything. If they have plan, then only they can exercise the controlling process. So these are the relation between planning and controlling. Thus we can say planning and controlling are the two sides of the same coin. Planning and controlling are the two sides of the same coin. Or in other words, planning is the precondition for controlling. Precondition here means planning is necessary, then only we can use or exercise controlling process. Means for controlling function, there must be some plan with business unit. So it is the precondition for controlling. Now another point of view regarding the relation between planning and controlling. Controlling provides protection against changes. Controlling provides protection against changes. This is the second part which explain the relation between planning and controlling. Before that we have studied various points which explain that there is a strong relation between planning and controlling. Planning is an outline about the activities to be undertaken by business unit. Planning decide how to implement the action so that objective can be achieved. But it becomes true only when controlling process is exercised. Through controlling process, we are able to check whether our actual performance is going according to our plan or not. If there is some difference, then it can be removed by taking corrective action. In this way, we can say that planning, controlling is very important in order to make planning effective and successful. On this basis, we can say there is relation, or planning and controlling are interrelated and interdependent. Beside this, where there is planning, there is controlling. Where there is planning, there is controlling. Means if planning is there, then only we can implement controlling function exercised only after the implementation of planning. So where there is planning, there is controlling, and where there is controlling, it means planning is already there, because controlling process exercised planning function. So these two sentences, where there is planning, there is controlling, and where there is controlling, planning is already there or pre-exist. Means planning, controlling. Controlling does not exist without planning, because if business unit has plan, then only it can be exercised. So it does not exist without planning. Controlling has no meaning. It is useless without having plan. There is no meaning of controlling without planning. Planning becomes effective and successful through controlling process. Planning is precondition for controlling. Means in order to implement the function of controlling, we must have some planning. It means on this basis we can say planning and controlling are interrelated and interdependent. Means they are the two sides of the same coin. Now another method to explain the relation between planning and controlling. Controlling provides protection against changes. How? First of all, we know about the changes. We have explained or studied number of times. There are various factors. Which may affect our business negatively, adversely. These factors may be internal and external. Internal, so far as internal factors are concerned, it can be controlled to a larger extent. But right now we are studying about external factors. These external factors may be legal factors, political factors, social factors, then natural factors. These factors changes continuously. For example, social factor, in order to improve the standard of living, in order to raise the standard of living, peoples are using superior quality of goods. They want to use superior quality of goods. As a result, demand for various goods increases. It brings changes in the society. Then legal factor, after regular interval, government enacted different types of laws, acts, and such acts or laws may affect our business. Similarly, natural factors changes. For example, recently coronavirus is going on, which affects the whole world. This is called natural factors. So all these factors changes continuously, and such changes may affect our business negatively. But in order to reduce such risk, these are risk. So in order to reduce such risk and uncertainties, business units are making plan. We have already studied that planning is made by business unit in order to reduce such risk and uncertainties. But once a planning is implemented, then after implementation, it is not sure that we are able to reduce our risk and uncertainties which we have decided in advance. It becomes true only when we are able to exercise controlling process. Exercise controlling process. So through controlling process, we must check that implementation of planning or implementation of performance, work performance is going according to plan or not. Then only we are able to reduce our risk and uncertainties to a larger extent. Through controlling process, if our action, our actual performance is not going according to our plan, it means such factors may affect our business to a larger extent. So through controlling process, we are able to evaluate our action according to plan, and if there is some deviation differences, we can remove those deviation and makes our plan effective. Means through planning process, through effective planning process, we are able to reduce our risk or uncertainties to a larger extent. That's why we can say controlling process provides protection against changes. And on this basis, we can say that planning and controlling are interrelated and interdependent. So this is the explanation about relation between planning and controlling. So first topic is completed. Meaning of controlling, what is the meaning of controlling, and second, what is the relation between planning and controlling. Next topic is stages of controlling. Stages of controlling. Now how controlling process starts, how it comes to an end. So stages of controlling or process. In the process of controlling, first function is setting a standard. Setting standard. Second is gathering information. Gathering information. Third one is measuring performance. Performance. Fourth, comparing actual performance with set standard. With set standard. And last one is taking corrective action. Taking corrective actions. Then taking corrective action has three subparts we will discuss later on. First of all, these are the points, stages of controlling. First of all, setting a standard, then gathering information, measuring performance, comparing actual performance with set standard, and taking corrective actions. All explanation I have already done, so these points become very simple for you. So in the process of controlling, first step is setting a standard. So stages of controlling are setting a standard, gathering information, measuring performance, comparing actual performance with set standard, and last one is taking corrective action. In taking corrective action, it has three subpoints. No change in deviation, then change the deviation to remove, change the condition to remove deviation, and third one is change the condition and set new standard. So we will discuss later on. First of all, first step is setting standard. Setting standard. Now in every business, in order to achieve objective, we have to set some standard. Means first of all, objective is decided, which we have to achieve after a long time. Objective may be long term, short term. Objective may be qualitative, may be quantitative. So every business units decide some objective, And on the basis of those objective, means in order to achieve those objective, first of all objective is decided, then according to objective planning is made, planning is made, and then in order to make planning effective, controlling process is executed. But now right now I'm talking about objective. So every business unit decides objective which can be achieved, which can be objectives should be such which can be achieved with the available resources. Objective must be, we have already done, objective must be pragmatic, must be realistic. Objective should be such which can be achieved easily with our available resources and available capacity. Objective may be long term or it may be short term. Objective may be qualitative or but objective is always decided by top level management. After deciding about the objective, same target, about means about the objective, it is informed to middle level management and bottom level management. After deciding about the objective, top level management informs middle level management and bottom level management so that they can also make their plans according to the objective. First of all, every business unit decides objective. In order to achieve objective, planning is made by business unit. Objective should be decided in such a manner which can be achieved with the available resources and available capacity of the business unit. After deciding objective, objective may be long term, short term, it may be qualitative, it may be quantitative. After deciding objective by top level management, same will be informed to middle level management and bottom level management so that they can also, these levels can also make their plans for their particular department or for day-to-day routines. This is called setting a standard. Next one is collecting information or gathering information, second point. Gathering information. Now after deciding objective, planning is made. Once planning is implemented, and how planning is implemented? By dividing the work among various, among all individuals, among all employees. So division of work, we can say, in short, division of work. Work is divided among all employees and every employee has to do their work, means assigned work. So point is gathering information. After implementation of planning, means once planning comes into action, then business unit starts gathering information, collecting information about the work done by each and every employees. Means they are trying to collect information about the performance of employees. They are collecting information about the performance of employees or workers. So they starts collecting information regarding the performance of each and every employees. And there are different methods for collecting information, that is personal observation, oral report and written report. Personal observation means sometimes, for example, chief executive officer or general manager or managing director visit each and every place of their organization and try to supervise whether each and every worker is working in a proper way or not. In this way they are collecting information, that is called personal observation. Second, oral report. Top level managements are asking, or they ask their departmental heads about the performance of each and every worker. If there is some problem in any worker, in the behavior of any worker, in the working style of any worker, they try to remove those deficiency. So they are taking oral report from their subordinates. And last, written report. At bottom level management, supervisor is making report regarding the performance of workers. That report will be forwarded to middle level management, and then middle level management, by adding some remarks on that, they are forwarding those reports to top level management. That is called written report. So on this basis, through these different methods, they are collecting information about the performance of employees. This is called gathering information. Third point. Third point is measuring performance. Measuring performance. Now, at this stage, once information is collected, information is collected about performance of employees. Performance of employees, each and every employees. Then, after collecting information about the performance of each and every employees, their performance is measured. Performance is measured. Measured means here their present performance. Their present performance is compared with their past performance. Past performance. In order to know whether some improvement has come. Improvement. So at this stage, the actual performance or present performance of individual, of an employee, is measured with his or her own past performance, not with other employees. One worker's performance is not compared with other workers' performance. In this, or at this stage, present performance of one individual is compared with his or her own past performance. And if improvement comes, then it's okay. But if there is no improvement, then top level management takes some action, corrective action, in order to remove those deficiency. That's why they are measuring performance or measuring actual performance of each and every employees with their past performance, in order to know whether some improvement has come in that employee or not. If not, then they are taking some corrective action by removing those employees, or by taking some steps in order to remove those deficiency. In this way, they are measuring performance. Next step is comparing actual performance with the set standard. Comparing actual performance, fourth point. Comparing actual performance with set standard. This point we have already done, comparing actual performance with set standard. Before that, before fourth point, we have done third point, that business units are comparing present performance of each and every employees with their own past performance. Now at this stage, business units are comparing actual performance of all employees. Actual performance of all employees with set standard, with the standard which is decided in advance. At this stage, business units are comparing actual performance of all employees with the set standard. Means at this stage, they try to know whether implementation of planning is going in the same direction, proper direction or not. If not, again same, if not, or if there is some deviation, then it will be removed by taking corrective action. If there is some deviation, so at this stage, they decide to take some corrective action so that planning becomes effective and successful. Now taking corrective action. Fifth point. Now taking corrective action, fifth point, it has three subpoints. Taking corrective action, it has three subpoints. First point is no change in condition. First is no change in condition. What does it mean? If we have already done that before this point, business units are comparing actual performance, with set standard. Means with the target which they have decided in advance. So they are comparing actual performance with the set standard. If actual performance is going in the same direction or is going according to set standard, means there is no deviation, no differences. It means there is no need to bring any changes in the existing plan. There is no need to change any condition, means condition remains same. Reason is our actual performance is going according to our set standard, means there is no deviation, no difference between actual performance and set standard. That's why there is no need to bring any changes in existing plan, means there is no need to change in condition. The first part of taking corrective action is completed. Here there is no need to take any corrective action. Second sub point, change the condition. Change the condition to remove deviation. Change the condition to remove deviation. Now here again same, before that point, actual performance is always compared with set standard. And if our actual performance is not going according to our set standard, it means there is some deviation, means there is some difference. But if such deviation is normal and acceptable, if such deviation is normal and acceptable, then business units only needs to change the condition. Set standard remain same. Once again, second point, change the condition to remove deviation. Here means after comparing actual performance with the set standard, if there is some difference, if there is some deviation, and if such deviation is normal and acceptable. Now what is the meaning of normal and acceptable? I am going to explain with this example. Once again same example we are taking. If we have decided to complete 28 questions in a week, 28 questions in a week in 7 days, and after 7 days you have completed, 25 questions. You have decided to complete 28 questions in a week of accounts, but you have completed only 25 questions after 7 days or after 1 week. So here there is a difference of 3 questions. Means here there is a deviation. But this deviation is normal and acceptable. It means only by doing little bit hard work in the second week, mean instead of doing 4 questions every day, we can do 5 questions. Just by doing 5 questions, we can compensate, we can recover this loss, we can remove the deficiency of 3 questions in second week. Just doing 5 questions means we are in a position to remove this deficiency. How? By putting little bit of hard work in the second week. Means this deviation is normal and acceptable. We are not required to change our set standard. This is set standard. We have decided to complete 28 questions. This is our standard. This is our objective. We are not required to change our objective. We have to bring some changes in our existing plan, and in this way we can recover the deficiency. This is called normal and acceptable. So if deviation is there and if such deviation is normal and acceptable, then such deviation can be removed by bringing some changes in the existing plan, that is called condition. So by bringing some changes in the existing plan, we can remove deviation. Now third and last point. Third and last point. Change the condition. Change the condition and establish new standard. And establish new standard. Now before explaining this point, again we are taking same example. If you have decided to complete 28 questions in 7 days, 28 questions in 7 days of accountancy, 28 questions of accountancy you have decided to complete in 7 days, but after 7 days you have completed only 18 questions. 18 questions. This is your actual performance. That after 7 days you have completed 18 questions. Whereas instead of that you have to complete 28 questions. Means there is some difference. And difference is very large. There is a huge gap between the set standard, this is your set standard, and your actual performance. There is a difference of 10 questions. 10 questions. So it may become difficult for you to recover this deficiency in future. So it is better, means this difference is called abnormal. When difference is too large, difference between actual performance and set standards is too large, such difference is called abnormal and unacceptable. Unacceptable. So we have to complete 28 questions. We have completed 18 questions only. It means there is difference, there is deviation, and such deviation is abnormal and unacceptable because difference is too large. It shows that we do not have capacity to complete 4 questions in a day. 4 questions in a day. It is not our capacity. We are not so much able to complete 4 questions due to any reason. But we are not in a position to complete 4 questions per day. And in future, we are not in a position to compensate this loss. So it is better for us, because this is abnormal and unacceptable. So it is better for us to change our target, to set new standard. Instead of 28 questions in 7 days, we have to change our target, keep 20 questions. Because if you will take correct step in the first week, you are able to complete your course by the end of the year. So make plans or do the work according to your capacity. So you need to change the target, as well as you need to bring changes in your plan also, because standard target has been changed. So you have to, it is obvious that you have to bring some changes in your plan also. So whenever deviation is abnormal and unacceptable, deviation is abnormal and unacceptable, it is better to change the condition. Condition here means day-to-day plan, as well as we must establish new standard. Establishing new standard does not only mean to keep your standard lower than the actual performance. Another example we are taking, you have to complete how many questions in a day? In 7 days, 28 questions, and you have completed 35 questions after 7 days. It means your capacity to do questions are more than the target which you have decided. You have to complete 28 questions after 7 days, and very easily you have completed 35 questions. It means your capacity is more. You are more able to do questions more than the target. So again, here difference is abnormal and unacceptable, so it is better to change your target. Instead of 20 question, you keep 33 question, 35 questions every week, and according to that you need to bring changes in your condition in your daily plan. So whenever, last point, after comparing actual performance, with the set standard, if there is some deviation, and if such deviations are abnormal and unacceptable, means if there is large difference between actual performance and set standard, so it is better to change the condition, means it is better to change the existing plan, as well as it is better to set new standard. But before that point, previous point, if there is some difference between actual performance and set standard, but that difference is normal, means there is not so much gap between the actual performance and set standard, then only by changing our existing plan, only by bringing some changes in existing plan, we can remove those deviation. Such deviation is called normal and acceptable. So it is better to change the condition only, standard remain same. In previous point, these are the stages of controlling. First of all, objective is decided. Objective must be pragmatic or realistic. After setting objective, then gathering information, top level management starts collecting information about the performance of workers on the basis of personal observation, oral report, written report. After collecting, third point, after collecting information about the performance of workers, they starts measuring present performance of each and every employees with their past performance, whether they are improving or not. Then fourth, after that, collectively, means they are comparing actual performance of all employees with the set standard, means whether the actual performance of all employees is going according to plan or not. And if there is some deviation, then they try to remove those deviation by taking corrective action. That is the fifth point. In that corrective action, in taking corrective action, three situations are there. First one is there is no need to change the condition, no need to change the set standard. When actual performance is going according to our set standard, then there is no need to bring any changes in the condition, as well as there is no need to change the target. Second is change the condition only by, second point, change the condition to remove deviation. When actual performance is compared by business unit with the set standard, and if there is some deviation, there is some difference, but that difference is very small, means that is normal and acceptable, then only by bringing some changes in the condition, means only by bringing some changes in the existing plan, they can remove those deviation. Third point, change the condition as well as establish new standard, means after comparing actual performance with the set standard, if business units finds the deviation, and finds the deviation means finds the difference, and such difference is, if such difference is abnormal and unacceptable, means there is too large, there is big difference between the actual performance and set standard, then in order to remove that deviation, they need to bring changes in the condition, as well as they need to establish new standard. In this way, corrective action is taken, and through this process, controlling process is executed effectively, and as a result, planning becomes effective and successful. Till then, goodbye.